Well, good morning. What was that, Tosh? You say good morning? What did you say? Tosh and I are up. Meg and Dakar are also up. It was a good night of sleep. I got my 10 hours in. I didn't get to sleep at 8 o'clock. I got the kids down to sleep at 7:45. But then Megan and I got up and I needed to attend to some emails and hang out a little bit. So I didn't get to bed till about 9 o'clock. And then I got up. And I got up around like 7 and decided, you know what, I'm going to try to get a little more sleep. And I took one more cycle. So I slept from 9 until 8:30. Woo! That's how long I was in the bed, Tosh. Maybe it was 9:15 or so. But essentially from 9 or so till 8:30, I was horizontal. Is that too much sleep? Is that too little sleep? Can you get too much sleep? How much sleep do we need? I hope you can hear me over Taji. Let's talk about how much sleep do we actually need. Now, there's recommendations. The average recommendation is 8 to 10 hours. Let's keep in mind that anytime, whenever I hear the word average, I think of the best of the worst and the worst of the best. And the average American or the average US citizen, the average people in this Western Hemisphere are sick. They have 10 medications in their cabinet. They have heart disease, cancer, or diabetes. Averages aren't necessarily what we're looking for. They might give us an idea of a direction, but really we want to customize it to our own individual self. The requirements for health are universal amongst humans, yet the percentage and the participation of each could be subjective to the individual. So, how much sleep do we need? Tosh, how long is a piece of rope? How long is a piece of rope? It depends. It's all relative. How much sleep you need is all relative. I see some of you commenting, you don't need 10 hours of sleep. That's great. The goal is to reduce the need for recharge, the need for rejuvenation, the need for repair, and we do that by reducing the damage we do in our daily lives. We do that by improving our healthy habits, improving our diet, improving our emotional attitude, improving our fitness. All these things help to reduce the amount of sleep we need or reduce the amount of recharge we need. That said, the healthier we are, the tendency is to use that health and energy to take on more tasks, to take on another fitness endeavor, to take on another project, to help out the kids. And anything more that we do, any more activity we do, requires more recovery, more sleep. So you can really play back and forth on that, and sleep is going to be relative. You have to be mindful of what it means to feel rested. And that's really what I'm helping to accomplish for you and for myself again with the sleep challenge, is to get back in touch with when we actually feel fully rested. Really the question for how much sleep do we get or how much do we need is, when you wake up, do you feel like rolling over or do you feel like rolling out of bed? If you feel like rolling over, you need more sleep. Now, can you oversleep? No, really you can't. It'd be like over peeing or over defecating. The body's got its limits. Taji, low. The body has its limits, and it's not going to let you oversleep. Essentially what happens when people go to sleep for a while, maybe you went to sleep for a while, maybe you tried to sleep for 10 hours, and when you woke up you felt still sleepy. All that has happened is you have finally gotten in touch with just how much sleep debt you have accrued, just how behind you are in sleep. In our society, in this Western society that most of us have grown up into, it's a stimulation culture. The foods are stimulating. Driving cars is stressful. The movies are stimulating. Advertisements are stimulating. Life is a stimulation. People stay up on stimulants, coffee, 5-hour energies. It's a stimulation junkie world right now, and then people are sacrificing their sleep, waking up with alarm clocks, which inherently means you weren't ready to wake up. So we're trying to get back in touch with what it really means to be rested for our own sake, for our own individual sake. Our children, hopefully, have never woken up to an alarm clock, hopefully are still in touch and haven't accrued much sleep debt, and they still know what it feels like to be fully rested. Yeah, Taji? Tootsie Lou is still resting. I imagine she'll get up soon, so no, you can't oversleep, but you can get in touch with just how much sleep debt you have. Now that we've talked about how much sleep we need, let's talk about tips for getting better sleep. Taji, you do a great job of this. He doesn't worry about a thing. When it comes time to sleep, he's not thinking about tomorrow or things he should have done earlier that day. He's in the moment, ready to sleep. How can we do that? How can we get our mental stuff out of the way so we can get a peaceful, restful night of sleep? That's what I'm going to talk about right now, and my tactic for that is write it down. Anything that's concerning you or worrying you, write it down, and then recognize that, hey, this isn't the time to deal with it. I'm about to go to bed. It's 10 o'clock at night. I'm not going to call that person. I'm not going to do that 2-hour task. Write it down so you know it's there. That way you have it assuredly written down and you can get to it when there's time for it. Sleeping isn't the time for it. Midnight isn't the time for it. But write it down so you can mentally relax, saying, you know what, I've got it there. I haven't forgotten it. I don't have to keep it in my mind. Our mind is a great place for coming up with ideas. It's not a good place for holding on to them. And so, get it written down. Now that you've got your junk off your mind and it's written down, next step, focus, put your attention on something positive. Start to go through, radiate out from yourself. Start to think of things you can be grateful for within your own body, within your own self. And then move out to your family members, your friends, and just keep expanding that sphere of all the things you can be grateful for. The technology you can participate in, connect with people like this. There's many things to be grateful for. Hopefully it's an endless list. Once you start that list, it's better than counting sheep. It puts you in a great mental state to recognize all the things you can be grateful for. And for me, that puts me in a great spot to fall asleep. Alright, well, we're going to go live our day. Go enjoy your day. Go enjoy those 14 hours of fantastic energy. You should have a lot more energy. And if you feel a need for a rest, it's okay. You're just getting in touch with how much sleep you need. There's no harm in sleeping. All you're doing is helping your body recover, helping your body rejuvenate. It's only your perception of it that could be off on it, but the body loves to rest when it can rest. So take the sleep when you got it. And we'll see you later tonight for day number 2 or night number 2 of a 10-day, 10-hour sleep challenge.
God, you are cute. Yes, you are.
Bonnie. I found you.
I will sleep in here.
You sleep up there? You sleep in a banana box.
Yeah.
Good night, Tootsie.
Good night.
So if you remember from earlier, sleep tips, even if you have crazy kids, are to, if you're having a hard time going to sleep, write down everything you got to worry about, put it aside, and start focusing on all the things you can be grateful for. Have a nice night. I'll see you tomorrow morning. Whoa, get your 10 hours.
I love to sing. I love to sing. I like to sing and never stop it to my papa. And wave a flag with a cheer for Jackie Bunny and another for my mommy.